Alright everybody, so just now, like a few minutes ago, I made a video where I was talking about don't make the same mistake as I did, where I talk about stuff. You'll see it in this episode, okay? And my first friend that I had in dungeon leveling, his name was Prags. I also talk about him while I explain to you what not to do in this video. I just quickly wanted to pay a real short tribute to him because he was my very first friend that I had in dungeon leveling, and we've been exchanging messages ever since, sending each other some trades that we did and some progression and stuff like that. And he just now, told me that he's going to quit the game. He's quitting. And I thought that was very rational. It suddenly happened so fast. I'm like, whoa, bro, what happened? What's going on? And he said, well, he wants to do some more in real life stuff. It's, completely cool. And he gave me all of his stuff. So he did say, use it or sell it. I don't want nothing to do with this game anymore. He wants to do more stuff for himself and stuff, which I absolutely respect, which is obviously, I respect that. But I wanted to pay tribute to him. I wanted to show you what he gave me and stuff like that. There's one thing that I'm going to say before I'm going to start this video, that I will keep hold of these items. I know right now he seems to be very angry with the game or whatever, but I'm gonna hold these items, and whenever he wants to, or I'm just gonna say to you directly, Prags, whenever you want to return to the game, the items will be there, and we can get back to the content. Like, this also helps, making content. He gave me this Moonlight greatsword, which is a really, really good greatsword. It's actually better than mine currently, as you can see. I mean, it's pretty close. They're pretty good. I mean, he has a really nice param on it. He also gave me some barbarian parts that he used. Obviously, the helmet is not like the craziest helmet right now, but it's still better than what I have. It's not even +8, so I could probably make that a little bit better at one point. He also gave me the pants, which I'm not sure. They're probably not better than the Demon Hunter pants, but I have to sell those anyways. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting as well. He also gave me this one here, which is the Barbarian Hands, which is a really strong hand as well, like really, really nice hands. I needed hands. I have the Assassin hands right now, so I might sell my Assassin hands. And, yeah, he gave me some few small items like the cape here, which has physical damage and stuff. There's a rune on it too, and these rings here as well, which I am going to hold for him as well. It's just really sad sometimes for me. I'm really bad at goodbyes and stuff like that, so yeah, whenever you want to return, bro, just hit me up. I already told him that I'm going to help him back up. Let him take his time for now. Sometimes he will need some time because you're just going to be so overdone with games, and they just completely mess with your mind sometimes. It happened to me many, many times. I mean, I have almost 1,500 videos on this channel, ladies and gents, so I know what that burnout feel is like. It's always nice to focus on in real life stuff, so I just want to pay tribute to one of my first friends that I had in dungeon leveling. Was a cool guy. He was a little bit controversial because many people said, oh yeah, he's really good at rage baiting and stuff like that, but overall, to me, he was always very nice, always very friendly, and we are going to have a great relationship nonetheless, whatever happens in the future. Anyways, let's start with the video. Do not do the single most important thing that I have learned from him, and he's also going to be in that video by pure, I don't know, it just happened, he just joined, it was so weird, we're never in the same lobby, but anyways, there you go. Sorry for that long intro, but I like to pay tribute to my friends when they leave a specific game, so you will be greatly missed, my friend. Anyways, good luck to everybody out there, to you too, my friend Prags, and I'll see you in the next one. So let's start the video. What I'm about to tell you might be one of the most important things that you can have as a tip in this game, especially when you're between level 20 and 40. Actually, it goes beyond that as well. In the beginnings, you don't really necessarily care for that much for it, but I have lost countless, and I'm really serious, countless amount of gold in this game, and I want to tell you a little bit of a story. So, just recently, well, not really recently, but for quite some time ago, I have met somebody. By the way, big shout out goes to you, Prags, which is also, I think it was a warrior as far as I believe when we met. But he gave me this one tip that was super, super, super important. He kind of fell into the trap as well, and every single one of you above the level of 20 or even below or even further than that is gonna make the same mistakes. And there was this one sole tip that he gave me that changed my gameplay and my level of, you know, earning gold, having better items, getting better stuff and stuff like that. And there was this one simple thing that I want to teach you, and you need to do this if you want to get anywhere in this game, and that is, do not gamble. And I want to put so much emphasis on this. I have probably lost more than at least 500,000 gold to 1,000,000 gold through gambling. I'm gonna show you exactly how I stopped it, what I mean by gambling, so you don't do the same mistake, and you have to just keep this in your mind constantly and constantly, because, so, the problem with gambling is that the house always wins. It doesn't matter. I mean, there's a few success stories out there. There's this one video where I made, you know, I got myself some unidentified mythical, which I got from 5 details that I gathered over a few weeks, and the amount of times I've gambled, you know, unidentifying things, people selling, you know, there's a reason why people sell their unidentified mythicals, because people want to gamble. What do I mean by that? So, for the people that are maybe not that well known into the game yet, I'm gonna quickly explain to you. Each month, you're gonna get, just by logging in, 2 mythic details. One of them is going to be on the 15th or the 14th or 15th. I think it's always half of the month, so if the month has 28 days or something like that, or it has more or less days, it's always going to be at the half as far as I believe. So it's going to be on day 14 and day 28. Sometimes it's day 15, day 30. I don't know if these change. I don't think they do, so it's going to be on 14 and 28. You're going to get a mythic detail, and you're going to go in here, and you're going to go on craft, and you can craft yourself some mythicals. Now, I recently started selling those, honestly, because the last time I've done it, I mean, I do have a video out where I was super lucky, and this is not like, you know, the everyday luck that somebody has, and got the dragon stone here, which was a really good one. That was my first gamble that I've done, and it gives you such a high, it gives you a dopamine rush where you go like, wow, I finally got something in the game, it's great. And you know, once you have this one-time gamble, you're going to believe that you can get this lucky again, so you're gonna gamble again, and then you fail, and then you're gonna be like, oh no, damn, I failed, maybe next time, right? So you start using your gold, buying mythic details from other people. You start using your gold, buying this and buying that. Just yesterday, somebody bought my mythic detail, although I did undersell it for about 310,000 gold. They still gambled, and they got a gold helmet. That gold helmet is worth nothing, and that is the issue. That is the issue with gambling. Now, there's also another thing that I want to show you, which is super important, and that is gambling your money for param rerolls for items that are not really worth it. So, I used to get these things like legendary rings and like legendary assassin chest, and you cannot believe how much money I have gambled away for these pots. Now, oh, by the time now, it's funny that I talk about Prags. He's actually just joined. He's actually in there. He told me back in the day, stop gambling, save your money, and then buy a proper item on the market. So, I've done that, and I took that to heart. I was like, you know what, I think he's right. I've spent so much money in the recent weeks of gambling params for legendary items and so on. I'm just gonna go out there and just gonna save some money. So I think I saved up about 200,000 or something. Because right now, the game got much easier in grinding. You can get some more gold pretty fast, so I can do at least, just by normal playing dungeon, I can get about 20k, 10 to 20k a day, and if I would really focus on making money, I could get probably more. And I just started saving, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna start saving. There he is. There's Prags. Speaking of the devil, ladies and gentlemen, this is so funny that he's in here right now. I'm just gonna go like making a video about you, bro. Making video about you right now. Oh, I said RBN. And you spawned. That is so funny. So let's go and find him. Here he is. So this one was the guy that told me not to gamble. A video about not gambling. Literally. This is him. This is him. We did not talk about this. We usually never end up in the same lobby. This is so funny. So, this guy over here literally told me not to gamble, and then I stopped. And look at what he said, because that's what I wanted to get to. He then started gambling again. Look what he says. Look what he says. He says, yeah, and he gambled 400k away, and it was a huge mistake, and he's hiding behind the house right now. Wait, where did he go? Come on, Prags. Tell him. Oh, I'm so stuck here right now. What the hell? What the helly? Yeah. So, take a look at him. Take a look at him. He gambled away 400k. This guy, ladies and gents. And he started doing exactly what he told me not to do. He started gambling and he lost so much. I have stopped since. I have gambled once, about, I think it was 40k. Since then, on a, let me show you what I gambled. I wanted to have a nice cape, right? And where's that cape, by the way? Did I delete it? No, I sold it. But anyways, the cape went horrible. It had really bad params. And I spent 40k. Now, if we go in here and we just type in the type, and we're just gonna go like cape, okay? So check this out. This one for 20k. This one right here has better params than the cape I gambled away for params, like 40k. So here's 140k. Look at this. I could have gotten this cape. Well, it has a quality of 6%, which is not very good. But it has base physical damage, and critical damage. This one, look at that. 19k for base physical damage. You know what? I'm actually thinking about buying this now, because this actually doesn't look too bad, honestly. This one, well, this one has a lot of armor penetration, which isn't too bad. But honestly, guys, this is insane. This is insane. I gambled away so freaking much. This is actually a really good cape. It has critical chance 4%. It has a base magical damage of 2, another base physical damage of 2, another base physical damage of 5. So you're initially gonna get so much for 19k. And I bought it for like 15k, gambled 40k on it, which is like 55k, and I could have just gotten that for 20k. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I think right now I'm wearing it because of my physical damage of 4%. Although I'm not really sure if that is really good right now, because like it could be better. But anyways, you know, that is the crazy stuff people do when they gamble. So I'm gonna beg you. You are going to eventually talk to me and say thank you for this. Do not... Why does he open this in front of me? He wants me to check this stuff out. 20,000? Damn, that's actually a pretty good price. That's not a bad price for that. I mean, for anybody who needs that. I mean, 20k is not too bad. I don't know if you could flip it for much more, but yeah, it's not too bad. Anyways, yeah, because he says, like, imagine this, what he just says right now. This is absolutely true, 100% true. One more gamble. Let's do it one more time, and I can tell you that more people in the entire game have lost so much more instead of gain. And that is what I want to tell you guys. Kids, do not gamble. Save your money and buy something. Rather, if you want to have a little bit of risk and fun, rather buy and sell, you know, because that's also kind of a gamble. But you can open up the store search and buy something instead of gambling. Buy something, try to sell it for 20k higher or 50k, depends on the item, right? Or 5k, whatever you're budgeting. Do not gamble, guys. Trust me, this is just a well-meant tip. It boosted me from being a noob to getting somewhere with money. I just save. Just don't get the urge of gamble. If you get the urge of gamble, go out and buy something. Rather buy something that might have some value instead of gambling it all away. And don't start gambling unless you're going to have mythic items. Only gamble with mythic items. Do not gamble with legendaries, epics, greens, blues, whatever is your level. Don't gamble. I'm just saying.